let us hop ourselves in to Ephemeron, where we have spawning in the left top side our red Protoss player, currently teamless? That's crazy to me. One of the best Protosses in the world. It is ShoWTimE. And his opponent down in the lower right-hand side. The blue Zerg player playing for Infinity Gaming. He is Denver. He's not from Denver, though. He's not playing from Denver. But he is Denver. In fact, I believe these guys are both in EU right now. If you know differently in chat, feel free to correct me. I know at least ShoWTimE has been to Korea once before, but I'm pretty sure these guys are both in Europe at the moment. That means we should have some nice ping for both players. All things looking pretty normal at the moment here. ShoWTimE with his gateway in the wall, getting that cybercore down. Denver getting that pool up. No scouting here for ShoWTimE though. Feeling pretty confident that he doesn't need to send that probe out. It is one of those things where, of course, even if you don't lose the probe, you're losing mining time. So ideally you wouldn't do that. But knowing whether or not it's a 12 pull is very important. Otherwise it would just be killing this pylon right now, and ShoWTimE would be dead. And then apparently I just completely lied to you guys, because there absolutely is a probe out here scouting
the firstborn shall
absolutely
persevere.
Everything Denver's doing. I'm just completely blind. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. Alright, Adept coming up for the shade now. We'll check to make sure there's a third base. Send that shade into the main, make sure nothing cheeky's going on. Doesn't look like Denver is planning on putting any big pressure on, although he's making a few more lings, as speed is going to finish soon. These are very likely for the defense. Oh, gonna let the shade finish. Speed is about to be done, but it's not done just yet. These Adepts, though, I believe, aren't gonna last too long here. That shade will finish, and we'll try to get out of there, but again, lings, they're pretty quick. They're speedy boys. We do have a Stargate out of ShoWTimE, so we have that Oracle coming out. Second Oracle. No Overlord speed, but the Overlord will scout the Stargate anyways. Actually just gonna keep the Oracle at home. Started sending it across the map, but decided to keep it at home. Overlord still just chilling. There is an Adept in the wall, so these three lings not going to be able to get in there. They will all... Ooh, I was going to say they'll all die, but not quite. Third base going down for ShoWTimE. This Oracle did go in to get some kills. Got one, which with a couple of queens and a spore crawler, that's about all you can ask for. He never finished killing the unbuildable plates. How dare you, Denver? Just shoot it with the queens. You got this. You actually have a big ling grouping moving off to the left side, but a few Adepts coming up here trying to put a little bit of pressure on. And that they will. There's only 2 drones here, so they'll get 2 drone kills, but 4 total. Oh, and it's actually a double drop. I didn't even see those morphing. ShoWTimE certainly didn't see them either. That being said, ShoWTimE's at 49 workers and Denver's at 30. ShoWTimE can afford to lose a few probes here. Oh, but queens are coming. And a ton of lings. And this production is all shut down. There's just not very many units here for ShoWTimE. And the oracles are out of energy. Hot pickup on the queen. Natural base completely forfeit. ShoWTimE somehow still with 48 workers, but most of them are in the main, being very useless at the moment. Wow, Link's hitting the third base as well. I don't know what these oracles are planning on doing. He's gonna turn the oracles on here. Try to save that third base. He's got queens in his main, lings in his natural. They're moving up now. Stargate is deep powered. There's no gateways. There's no nothing. Zero production here right now for ShoWTimE. Oh, Overlord's dropping creep. And this is going to be it. Demauer is going to fall in game number 1 against Denver. Coming in with this very interesting drop play. I absolutely love it. GG. Denver takes game number 1. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now we're going to be getting into game number 2 here shortly. I'm not sure what map it's going to be on. Hoping ShoWTimE can show us something a little bit more concrete than that. I just think he didn't quite read the situation, what was going on. It's a hard one to read. I mean, you know, he sees some lings, he sees some queens. He saw not many drones. I think that's the biggest thing. When those adepts shaded into the third and there weren't drones to kill, he must have known something was going on, but it's still hard to say what exactly that's going to be. All right, we're getting into it. It's going to be Zen for the next map here. We get all of our lovely commentators in. Got ShoWTimE commentating. I believe he's on his channel with Milty at the moment. Marliko's also commentating. And we're ready. We're loading in. We're getting going. As Viter asked earlier, do I get paid to run those ads? Unfortunately not. What I get paid in is the ability to cast some very high level games at nicely scheduled times without having to do any of the backwork labor for it, which I'm sure Wardio Base Trade will tell you can be a very annoying part of it, so I appreciate that. And I get paid in exposure. You know, my name gets put on the list of people casting an IEM event, and it's a good list to be on. So if you are interested in supporting, tips, bits, subs go a long way. Even just dropping a follow, even just being in chat, it's all good stuff. So I very much appreciate all of that. Now enough about that. Let us hop ourselves. We're always hopping. We're always hopping into the game. Just like Blue's Clues hopping into the picture. We're hopping right into the game. Blue Skidoo, we can too. Right into Zen, where in the upper right hand corner we have our Blue Zerg player Infinity Gaming's Denver. And in the lower left, the Mauer himself, the German Protoss player. It is ShoWTimE. Going for the low ground wall. Grabbing that Nexus. Wow, he's probe scouting this time. He totally didn't probe scout last time. That's crazy. ShoWTimE up until recently was on Makers. So I'm not sure, maybe I missed the ShoWTimE leaving Makers stuff that was going on. I know there has been some Maker stuff going on lately. But, you know, that hasn't made him any worse. He's an extremely good player. But Denver, you know, Denver's one of those guys that we don't see a ton, but he very often takes games and takes series off of some of the best in Europe. Just like ShoWTimE. So, while I would say I expect ShoWTimE to win, generally, it's not, I wouldn't necessarily call it an upset if Denver wins. Denver is very good. Oh, look at that body block, saving the probe. That Adept absolutely loves that probe. See if these Adepts can poke and prod a little bit, maybe kill a couple of Lings. Thank you, Viter, for the bits. I appreciate it. Oh, Creep Tumor. He's not going to target the Creep Tumor down. He's going to walk right by all of that. A bit of a surround by those Lings. Adepts get into the main, though. Speed isn't quite done yet, but it looks like one of these Adepts going to go down. There he goes. As Speed finishes, this Adept is going to go for another kill or two. 3 drones have gone down. 4 drones. I think that's pretty good. 4 drones, a few Lings for a couple of Adepts. First Oracle moving out now. Second Oracle being made. Is going to be another Stargate play here from ShoWTimE. And we'll see what Denver wants to do to respond against this. Last game, his response was to ferry over 3 Queens and a bunch of Lings straight into the base of ShoWTimE. But I don't know if that's a trick that works twice. We'll see. It's going to be triple Oracle here. First Oracle goes in. I don't even think he... Oh, yeah, he turned on. All right. Got 1 kill. Second Oracle defending the third. Third Oracle. Going to be moving out. No Phoenix follow-up, at least just yet. But is going into that Robo. Back over for Denver, getting a lair. We'll grab another quick drone. As 4 Adepts go for the shade into the third base. There's a couple of Queens here and a bunch of Lings just popped, it seems. But it still looks like we're going to have a few dead drones. 5 drones go down. 2 of those 4 Adepts get out of there with the recall. Forge going down as well. Still no tech here out of Denver, although he's getting +1 missile attacks. So yeah, planning on getting into those roaches. Ling's kind of up, looking for maybe trying to put some pressure on. Oh, Queen gets taken down by the triple Oracle. Ah, thank you, Vitor. Looks like ShoWTimE, oh, it just left at the end of 2019. He left Makers, so looking for a new team. I'm sure he'll be able to find one. Pneumatized Carapace has been completed now. Are we going to see the same kind of thing? Are we going to see drops here? Maybe Bane drops. Bane drops could be very good. It doesn't look like we're going to see the same kind of attack. There's already too much tech for that. Wow, there's actually a ton of tech. Spire coming up, the Hallucinated Phoenix, see that. There's an infestation pit coming up somewhere. It's a hidden infestation pit? Is that Spire a fake? Is this a fake Spire and he's gonna go into Swarm Hosts? That would be actually incredible. Let's see. Yeah, it is gonna be Swarm Hosts. And the Spire was fake Denver. Alright, Denver has way too much IQ to be allowed to play StarCraft. Damn, that was beautiful. That being said, ShoWTimE's moving across the map with an interesting group of units here. Oh, buzzing down these Ravagers very quickly with the Oracles. Alright, now the question is, where are the Swarm Hosts? There's the Nidus. And will the Swarm Hosts be enough? Will the Locusts be enough to push this back? Oh, this Arc Gun getting caught out a bit, but will get saved by the War Prism. A couple of Force Fields go down, but none of the units actually get caught there. More Archons being made. Meantime, Nidus getting put down. A few of the Locusts being launched here. All of the Swarm Hosts going into the Nidus. Unloads right next to the main base. Oracle's looking around for it. They will find it and will kill it before the Locusts get launched. Maybe wanted to launch the Locust back at home, feeling that this attack was a little bit too strong. Ooh, massive force fields though. Continues those force fields, kills a ton of those roaches. And the rest of these Locusts are gonna expire. Ooh, a few more Swarm Hosts do have their Locusts off cooldown. But the Locusts get launched and then just kind of don't do anything here. Denver, I think, is in a tough spot. He's hitting with some Lings, and he's going to spawn another Nidus up by this fourth base. Not a lot of defense for the fourth base, but the main attack is happening here. And that's going to be it. ShoWTimE's going to take the game, able to just straight up kill that army. Not giving Denver the time to get into that next tech. Nicely done there from ShoWTimE. And sometimes strategies like that, they can feel so good in certain games, and then in other games you're like, well, how does Swarm Hosts even work then? He didn't even have Storm or Colossus. Locust didn't even do anything. But it was just really nice play there from ShoWTimE. And Denver was hit just a little bit before he was ready. I think if Denver had been even 30 seconds more set up, those first couple of fights would have gone a lot better for him. But now it is all tied up. We're 1-1. It's a best of 3, so whoever wins this map wins the whole thing. And by the whole thing, I mean the whole series. And they'll move on. This is the lower bracket, so let's see who they'll move on to face. The winner of Neeb versus Clem. Ooh, I bet that's a good series. Fortunately, I think we missed the start of it. But it looks like it's still going on. That's a good one for sure. All right, we're going to be heading into Eternal Empire for game number 3. Take another drink of water. Keep the mouth and throat all lubed up and ready to go. And we'll see how this one goes. Denver might feel that an all-in, kind of like he did in game number 1, might be a little bit better. Low drone count, lots of units, surprising attack. I certainly wouldn't blame him. But will he be able to crack this guy in the lower left-hand corner? The red Protoss, it is Demauer. ShoWTimE. And in the upper right, took game 1 with a very clever Ling Queen all in. And then tried to go for some cheeky shenanigans in game 2 that I thought were big brain, but unfortunately wasn't able to make it come to fruition. Infinity Gaming's Denver. Going for that hatch first. ShoWTimE, not shockingly, going for the gateway at the bottom. ShoWTimE is one of those very standard players. He likes to play like the right way. It's kind of a common European thing to want to play the right way. It's a very interesting look at the game of StarCraft. ShoWTimE is definitely one of those guys. He's always going to just be solid macro, trying to defend anything you can throw at him and then hit you with a big, powerful attack. And you know what? He's very good at it. He's easily one of the best in the world. Especially now that Classic is going to the military. Another very solid, mostly standard Protoss and stats. Sometime this year will be going to the military as well. ShoWTimE may very well be the strongest standard Protoss. He does still have a few people contending for the title. But he's certainly a very powerful player. And a tough one to crack. But Denver did it once already this series. And we'll see if he can get it done a second time. Get her done. Ling's gonna push the probe away once again. Probe says, no, I want to go this way. Juking and jiving. Gonna be Stargate tech once again from ShoWTimE. This is very, very standard stuff again. That is ShoWTimE's bread and butter. We'll see if he decides to go for triple Oracle again. I think that triple Oracle ended up working out really well for him. You can see why a lot of players went for it for a long time. You get some damage done, not the end of the world, of course. He only killed a few drones and a queen, maybe a creep tumor here and there. But what it was really good at is he kept all 3 alive. And then later when the Niduses were coming up, he could send those Oracles to deal with Nidus. Oracles, because they do spell damage, kill buildings actually really quickly. This game looking very similar to the last couple, but these Adepts not going to go commit this time, so they will stay alive. Lings and the Oracle scout each other. Ling's running away, running around. I love the Oracle just following the Ling. Another Oracle pops on out, and it will be a third Oracle here out of ShoWTimE. No other tech just yet coming out of either player. Does take care of a lot of those Lings, though. Ooh, is he going to get one more? Ooh, grabs another one. Denver just now starts up the lair. Again, though, he's behind in drones at the moment. He is making 8 right now, though, so that's going to catch him up. But ShoWTimE, very good on the probe production. This is going to be completely saturated on 2 bases here. And his 3rd base is on the way. Couple oracles sneaking along the top side, and by sneaking I mean completely visible the entire time. So here come adepts once again. This time it's 5 adepts. There are a couple of queens here, as well as the lings, so adept's not going to finish that shade. Pneumatized carapace on the way. There are a few players that don't get the pneumatized carapace every time. It is an expensive upgrade, but I think it's really very good for scouting, if you're doing any sort of drop play, for your overseers. It's a very useful upgrade in my eyes. +1 melee on the way with the Roach Warren coming up. +1 melee is an interesting choice here for Denver. Not sure what he has planned to go with that. But we've got a Twilight Council. We've got +1 coming up for ShoWTimE. Robo is out. And the Immortal's starting to come out. A couple of drones go down, as well as a Revelation. Lings moving across the map. Maybe just to scout, see what they can see. And we'll grab this lone adept. More gateways coming up, so no Colossus or Disruptors, it looks like, at least just yet. We've got Charge on the way. Oh, Lings get caught out in the middle of the field. Denver not pulling them back in time to save any of them. Alright, what is Denver's plan here? He's getting +1 melee as well as Glial Reconstitution, so... okay, so the Baneling Nest. That's kind of what I was waiting for, right? It makes a little bit more sense. Although I guess maybe he just wants to go for like a Ling Ravager. He's getting a lot of Lings out right now. There are a few force fields available. We got 4 sentries, but most of them fairly low on energy. Splitting off some of these Lings. Right now, ShoWTimE's army supply is higher than Denver's. There's not a lot that shoots up at the moment, but we are starting to get, there we go, 6 Hydras on the way. Hydra upgrades coming up. Grooved spines. Singular Phoenix here to kill overlords and shoo away pesky overseers. We have more Immortals coming out. Some splash damage is going to be very necessary as the Hydras come out, especially with Lings and Banes. So this storm's going to be pretty massive. Ooh, the Oracles turn on. Here's another real nice benefit of the Oracles. Hydras will push them away, though. ShoWTimE taking this lower 4th base here. Same one that Denver took. Does have that rich Vespene Geyser. Oh! Not sure when it went down up here. That looks like an Immortal. Looks like an Immortal that was walking the wrong place. We have some Warpins up at the top, though. Some Zealots that are going to be trying to go in. But at the same time, Denver is hitting down at the bottom side. Storm is not quite finished, but it just completed. Okay, they do have energy. I was going to say, do they not have enough energy? Even just the threat of the storm is enough to send Denver on his way. Doesn't look like these Zealots are going to get a whole lot done. Just trading out for some units here. Oh, the base stays alive. Just barely, and it's not going to have a lot of health. Might be a good target for ShoWTimE later. War Prism with 4 Zellies in it, sitting in the upper left-hand corner. Trying to avoid those Hydras. Oh, there's Hydras though. Be careful, War Prism. Should be able to kill this base now. But does he realize that the army of Denver is hitting in a couple places? Might be going in for a big wraparound. Some storms go down, preemptive storms. Ooh, Baneling's getting massive hits on the top side. Oh, those Templar, they really have to watch out. 14 probes have gone down so far to the Hydras on the back side here. Bringing ShoWTimE down to just 69 workers. However, ShoWTimE should be able to clean all of this up. Loses a couple oracles for it. Loses all of his oracles, actually. Denver remaxing Lings and Hydras, Banelings. Big swarm of Zerg forces right now. ShoWTimE, he's gonna need some more units. Does he have any storms? Looks like he has a few storms available to him. The battle is imminent. Looks like some Bane's on the backside, Bane's on the front. The storms are pretty good on top of the Banelings, but I don't know if there's enough storms left. Zealots coming in now that most of the Banes are gone to help clean up the Hydras, Roaches, and Ravagers. And they will do that. 17 more probes going down, though. These few Hydras on the top side. The bane of ShoWTimE's existence here. Not only is he losing workers, but he's not mining from the space at all right now. He has, however, traded pretty nicely here. Definitely ahead in terms of the trading costs, but Denver's been on 81 workers this whole time. He's got this base up here, never actually went down. Oh, Hydras once again moving to the top side, catching a few Zealots off guard. Killing a bunch more workers. In the meantime, Ling's attacking into the natural wall. We need to have a warp in to clean that up, or maybe just some Zealots splitting off from the main army. Oh, no storms, so you really need those storms. Banelings coming in. A lot of them do die, but they kill those Archons. This army is feeling a little bit small here against these Hydras. Oh no, and there's 3 full energy Templar down here. They need to be with this army storming over here. They did not go down to the Banes, fortunately for ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE once again having a really tough time mining from this base. Bunch of Banelings finish up. Denver trying to get out of here. Ooh, nice force field. We'll catch a few extra Hydras because of that. ShoWTimE has been holding. He has been sticking to his name. But it has been at a cost. Oh, some creeps still not cleared up down here. All right, Denver pulling off the gas pedal a little bit, at least for now. But he's got +3 melee on the way, more Banes being morphed here. You have a mothership on the way. Oh, this little group of units here are gonna absolutely get killed. I think 1 or 2 Zealots got out of there. That's really rough for ShoWTimE. Oh man, oh, and these Templar, all these Templar are so exposed. Once again, ShoWTimE a little bit lucky that Denver didn't notice those Templar and just snipe every single one of them down. That is basically the only thing stopping Denver from coming in and just trying to kill ShoWTimE are the storms. That splash damage is so important. Oh, we have a carrier coming out now. I'm a little bit surprised to see this, to be honest. The mothership I like because we don't have any Vipers to... Well, I guess the Vipers can't pull it anymore. Oh no, it can't be knurled. It can still be pulled by the Vipers, yeah. Oh no, but a break in to the natural and into the main. Ming's getting on top of everything. Kill on that Nexus. Tons and tons of workers going down here for ShoWTimE. He cannot afford this. And this is looking like Denver taking a massive advantage. Oh, so many probes going down. The natural completely ravaged. The main technically still has some workers, but 45 probes have died. Oh, and this Templar. He takes most of the Lings with him. That is absolutely brutal. ShoWTimE, he doesn't have much. And here comes a Viper. As I was saying, no Viper, but sees the mothership, makes a Viper. Accidental Swarm Host is going to go down. Adrenal Gland's on the way. +2 missile attacks for those Hydras. And there are a lot of Hydras. 35 Hydras versus 1 carrier and 1 mothership in the sky. Bunch of Banelings morphing, some of them finishing up. This army is just way too big. ShoWTimE's gonna try. He's gonna fight it out. This is his last life. Otherwise he gets knocked out, and the only qualifier left to play in is the Korean one. Tomorrow, there's the Viper Yoink. Time Warp goes down, but at this point, doesn't even matter. ShoWTimE might grab this fringe base, but he's basically on half a mining base, not even 1 mining base at the moment. He can't afford to rebuild anything, and Denver is 90 supply ahead right now. Tons of 3/3 Adrenalings heading across the map to do counter damage. And even though ShoWTimE is killing a lot of these Lings, or a lot of these Hydras, I still don't think it matters. Cannon's not going to stand up to this. He can break down this wall if he wants to. And eventually, ShoWTimE is going to run out of steam with this main army. That being said, Denver has lost a lot of workers. He's lost bases. He's been trading not quite the best lately. Kind of throwing a lot of units away here. But the Banes are going to come in. There's no force fields to stop those Banes. There's no more storms. And the Lings finish everything off. Carrier is out of interceptors. And that's going to be GG. ShoWTimE leaves the game. Denver takes the series 2-1.